Good morning, class. My name is Mr. Sanaya. Today's lesson will be on the 10 Amendments and the Bill of Rights. Now, can someone start by telling me what is an amendment? Do we care? James, you should care what an amendment is because it is a change to the Constitution. You can't change the Constitution. On the contrary, James, you can change the Constitution. These amendments weren't just any amendments that you can just sign and send them in. These were the first 10 amendments ever signed into our Constitution. Also called the Bill of Rights, our founding fathers wrote these and put them into the Constitution. Now, can someone please read the First Amendment? James, can you have you read that? No. James, fine. Amendment 1. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Yes, Bill. What does that mean? So, it means that the government can't take away our right of speech, our right of religion, you can't force it upon us. You can't get rid of our right to assemble, peacefully of course. Our right to... the right of the press, I mean, they can counter-write about anything that they want, and a right to a petition? What's a petition? A petition is when someone wants something changed, so he or she goes to a general public and gets a ton of signatures designated to change that one specific item. Then he or she takes that signed paper, also known as a petition, and takes it in to the person who changes whatever it needs to be changed. He says, I have 100 people who have signed this sheet, or whatever number it is, turns it into them, and then it's changed. That's a petition. Next will be the Second Amendment. Bill, can I have you read that, please? A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay, so everyone knows what this means, correct? Yeah, it means we get to own our own guns. Yes, thank you, James. Next for the Third Amendment. I'll read this one. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in manner to be prescribed by law. Does anyone know what this means? Wait. You mean to tell me that soldiers just barged into people's houses, took all their crap, slept there for the night, and the people couldn't do anything about it? Yes, James, that is correct. Understand that the Constitution was written nearly 300 years ago. This was back when the U.S. was still at war, you could call it, against the Britons. See, the United States came apart from Great Britain, or most of Britain itself, came apart from them to become our own dependent nation. So, before then, a ton of British soldiers just charged into people's houses so that they could gather food, water, housing, and clothing for war. On to the Fourth Amendment. James. Okay, I'll read the long one, I guess. The right of the people to be secured in their persons, houses, papers, and effect, against unreasonable searches and seizures, shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued, but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized. That is correct. It means that the government cannot just come right onto our property without a legal search warrant and a legal reason to be there, and they also cannot take our land. They cannot legally capture or seize our land without some sort of well-being behind it. On to the fifth one. Bill. The Fifth Amendment's kind of a long one. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on the presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces, or in the militia, when his actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property,
without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation.
Okay, so this one is a little weird. This basically means that no one can go directly to prison after murdering someone, let's say, without being put on a fair trial by a jury. You'll see why I said fair in a minute. But basically, they cannot be sent directly to prison without going to court, having an attorney, seeing a jury, and then they can go to jail if, yeah, I murdered someone. I will be the one reading the Sixth Amendment. The Sixth Amendment says, "A court shall guarantee a citizen a speedy trial, a fair judge, an attorney if the accused person wants one, and the chance to confront the witnesses who is accusing the defendant of a crime, meaning that he or she can see who is making accusations." This infers to James. Does that mean the right to everything being fair while you're in a trial? Wonderful. Thank you, James. James, can you read the seventh now? "In suits at common law where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved." Yep, that does mean that. And the eighth is... the Eighth Amendment. "Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted." The Eighth Amendment prevents the court or jury from excessively punishing a person who has been falsely accused of murdering someone, to put it in simpleton words. Meaning that they cannot be pushed with excessive charges, bail. They cannot be tortured in any way. They cannot be proclaimed guilty even if they know that they're not. So it basically means that the court overrules the jury. I will read the Ninth Amendment. The Ninth Amendment says that there are other rights that may exist aside from the ones explicitly mentioned, and even though they are not listed, it does not mean they can be violated. Basically, no amendment can be amended? Correct. Thank you, James. And can you read the last one, please? Final one. On it. "The powers not get delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people." That is correct. It does give power to the states so that the government does not control all 50 states. They do control all 50 states, but the government doesn't control every single human within the states. That's the state's job. The state controls the town controls the people within the town. It's basically a gigantic chain of command. Gentlemen, that will be all for today. There will be a quiz tomorrow on this. Class dismissed. As the teacher of this class, I believe that Jacob did one heck of a job putting this together. Who thinks he should get an A? Raise your hand. You in the back, I see you. Yeah, you. Yeah, tall one. Stand up, tall one. Yep, you. Okay. You think I should get an A? Anyone else? No? No one? Oh, okay.